somebody was asking how to start a YouTube channel, right? Now, this is a very, very powerful question. So I actually started a YouTube channel just yesterday as we are actually doing this video. And compared to my first time starting a YouTube channel, I actually started this channel, which is the Jason Gunn channel, I'm not sure whether in 2016 or 2018, but it was totally dormant for a while. Until 2020, that was the time where I started putting on a lot more content in a more strategic way. That's how we can actually achieve, 800 over videos in 2 years' time. Now, when it comes to starting a YouTube channel, what I did back then is not really the same as how I do it right now. So back then, I was just really knowing what is my niche, and I'll just start posting content regardless. I don't care. I was not really looking for optimization, because for that part, I have a lot of ways to create content in a very speedy way, like what we are doing right now. This will be repurposed into multiple videos as of this 30 minutes one-on-one, Q&A. So what I want is I want to really create a lot of content to really, build an army of content to get myself connected to the people who are looking for me. So that's one strategy. But now, if you want to start a YouTube channel right now, based on what I've learned, I'm starting my third channel right now. So what I'll do here is, I think the first thing first, you need to do research. Okay, like I say, it's definitely whatever you love talking about or you love doing video about, there must be an audience ready for you. But you want to go in and see how other people are doing it. Okay, look for the channel that are already doing quite well and see how they are creating their content, and even to look at those channels that are not working to see how they are creating their content. So we learn from the good and bad. So that's the first thing. Now the second thing is, I would say you just have to start without thinking too much about whether your content is perfect or not. You see, you can never reach perfection. One thing I want to highlight here is I never care about the quality of the content. All I need is I just need to have a content. Because if you are really talking about something valuable, regardless your video is like 720 or 480 or 1080, it doesn't really matter. All people want is to hear from you and the idea behind it. So you just got to start. And second thing is, you don't want to start with a lot of pre-built content. This is a bit counterintuitive. A lot of people would say that let's build some content first before we launch it. Now, it's good to have a batch, like for example, maybe like 10 videos ready when you launch it, because you want to create a consistency. When you want to posting on YouTube, you got to make sure that you are consistent, else YouTube would not rank you, right? So if you want to do like a weekly posting schedule, then so be it, do weekly. But you need to be consistent, because that's how YouTube pick up the signal to determine whether your channel is active or not. You don't need to really post daily like what we do now. Weekly is fine. But then again, you need to build the momentum a little bit. So yeah. But of course, we have some other strategy that we will do, like 10 videos. We will launch that, but we will actually segregate the really like the public time. But along the way, we are using them to do some like probably the back-end advertising to gather some views and even to really build an army with that, to start getting high quality audiences coming in before we even launch the video to the public. But then that's a more high level kind of strategy. But then again, starting a channel is, because I've heard somebody who wanted to build like 50 videos or 100 videos before they launch it, because they say that I gotta have that kind of consistency. Now, I started my channel with just 1 or 2 videos back then, and even for the channel that I started yesterday, we only had about 4 videos. Fine. Start, because you would never know. You know what? When I first started my first channel in 2020, when I first started getting, actively posting, those early content ideas were not being well received by the audience. It was not really working. So a lot of times you need to learn by doing it. So don't spend too much time creating a lot of content that, I'm hoping that you will work. But what if it doesn't? Then you have like 50 videos sitting there waiting to be posted, but after you post about 5-10 videos, it's not really working, and you'll be like, I spent so much time and effort doing that. So yeah. So I would say this is how I've been looking at it. And of course, if you want to go a step further, I would say have an offer if you can. But if you can't offer it right now, have an offer in mind. And the second thing is, you need to really have a framework to route your audience, to get them to talk to you when they see your video. Now, that's why there are many ways. Either you want to route them to a website if you have it, or you want to actually route them to your, like whether your Facebook page or Instagram. So the strategy is really, how do you actually balance between social media and YouTube to really kind of like balance the communication. So both things works together. It would actually get you a very powerful connection. Like my second channel, my front end is YouTube. I'm actually getting about 20,000 views per month right now. It's actually growing quite well. But how I communicate with them, YouTube is not a place to communicate. So I route them to Instagram. So I'm actually getting a lot of client feedbacks. I mean, not clients, they are just viewers and my followers. They come back and feedback with me, whatever they learn from my videos and all that. It's really building a very good interaction or kind of like two-way communication, because this is how you should nurture. Even you don't have an offer yet, you can actually start doing this nurturing by building trust. But if you already have an offer, then that's even better. So you actually should do that. Okay, so that's how you should start your YouTube channel, right? Eventually, if you need help, right, remember we have this YouTube Jumpstart coaching program where I work with individuals or brands one-on-one basis, where we will work together for like 4 to 6 weeks time to build your YouTube channel and to take it to the next level. Even you have an existing one, what we're going to do is we're going to come in and audit what you have done, and we probably will draw a new strategy, and we're going to implement it together. That's how we do in the one-on-one. So I like it one-on-one. Why? Because I've done this in a group coaching format. I don't find it as effective because not everybody are comfortable speaking up in the group discussion. So I was thinking, it's good if we can actually have one-on-one and it's proven correct that my audience or my coaching clients are more comfortable doing it that way. But nonetheless, if you really want to build this, right, scan this and like have a one-on-one session with me for like probably half an hour. We're going to discuss whether is my framework able to help you. If not, at least I will answer you some questions, and I will give you some idea about how you can actually start your own channel in your own way. So yeah, scan on this QR code and apply for the Jumpstart coaching program.